A very good morning to all of you. Now welcome to our next class of class 10 English. In the previous class we completed reading and explanation of the story The First Flight. We know that we are discussing about two stories about flying. So the first story, His First Flight, that had been completed in the previous class. So in this class I have come back with the second story of the two stories about flying, and that is the black aeroplane. Today we are going to start the black aeroplane as I have written in that board, you could see, and it's written by Frederick Forsyth. Let me tell you that Frederick Forsyth was a British writer. He was a journalist and he was a spy as well in his earlier part of his life. And then he tried his hand in writing, and he actually was known for his excellent writing of thrilling stories. This story that we are going to discuss today, that is the black aeroplane. Here also this story is something like this, a very interesting, a thrilling sensation we can get from this story. So as usual, let me tell you the story in a nutshell. I feel that if I tell the story in a nutshell, that it will help you to understand better when we go in detailed reading and explanation. What is black aeroplane here? That here the narrator is the pilot himself. The pilot, he was coming to England, to London, and he was flying that aeroplane. That was the aeroplane was DS-088 was the number, Dakota aeroplane. Now actually he started his flight at the midnight, and when he was flying, he was coming to London over Paris. Now when he started his flight, he saw that the sky was very clear. There was not a bit of cloud there in the sky, the pleasant weather, and he was very much enjoying that flight. And more importantly, our pilot, he actually was a Londoner, so he was very much interested to get back to his house very soon, and he was his mind was very much cheerful with that thinking that in the morning he would reach London and he would have a big English breakfast with his family members. So our pilot was very much excited, and he was with a very mirthful heart he was flying. He was flying. Now when you know that he passed Paris, he just contact with that Paris air traffic control, the Paris airport, and he got the clearance from there, and he was coming just across Paris, and he was flying towards London. But as he crossed Paris, after a few hours, he saw that the sky was cloudy. Huge cloud was there, and he realized, being a pilot, he realized that it's a very storm cloud. So it would be a very dangerous thing if he could get into that cloud, because he could assess that the cloud was so huge, as if it looked like a mountain in the sky. So it was so huge that he could not go over this cloud. So he had to enter these clouds if he wanted to continue his flight. On the other hand, he did not have any other option also, because he just estimated that in the fuel tank not enough fuel was left so that he could get back to the Paris airport. It was, and he crossed Paris, and Paris, it was a great length he had crossed Paris. So he estimated that with that remaining fuel, it would not be he would not be able to get back to Paris. So only one option over there, that he will have to continue his flying, and he would have to reach to London, where his destination is. So he had taken a great risk, and he entered into that stormy cloud. After entering, he found that this is, out and out difficult to continue his flight. He could not see anything as he was sitting in that cockpit. He could not see outside anything, and he did not know that where to go. To add to these, his condition became worse when he found that the radio with which he could contact with the air traffic control of various airports, these also got out of order. Not only that, the compass with which he could determine that in which direction he was flying, it also get out of order. So it was a terrific condition for him, and he could not see anything. Actually, he could not understand in which direction he was flying. It's a very difficult condition, and he was very much panicked that what to do. He could not understand. In that moment, in that catastrophic moment, as if he got a blessing of God, he saw that a black aeroplane in the midst of this cloud, okay, black aeroplane, and that aeroplane did not have any light, and as if he, from sitting from his cockpit, as if he could see the pilot of that black aeroplane, and as if the pilot was indicating him to follow his plane. And being a very obedient child, our narrator, because he did not have any other option also, he just started to follow the black aeroplane just like an obedient child. So the black aeroplane was moving ahead, was going ahead, flying ahead, and our narrator started to follow the black aeroplane, and mentally he was very much thankful to the pilot. Now after flying a certain distance, he could now again estimated that with that remaining fuel, only 10 minutes he could soar in the sky. 10 minutes he could fly in the sky with that remaining fuel. So again he started to be panicked that after 10 minutes, if it take another more than 10 minutes to land, then what would happen? Again he was very much scared. In that moment, he saw that the black aeroplane had actually came out of that storm, and he also came out of that storm cloud, and he saw that the lighted path of London airport where he was going to land. Ultimately, the pilot was successful to land his Dakota DS-088 plane safely in that airport. Actually, he could not it was not London airport, but he could see that lighted way where he could land the airport, plane. So he landed the plane. He did not know in which airport he had come, and immediately after landing he went to the office because he wanted to meet with the pilot of the black aeroplane, because he wanted to give him thanks because of this pilot he was sent. But when he went to that office, a girl was sitting over there. So he asked that girl that tell me where is the pilot that of that aeroplane that came with me also, that I want to talk to that pilot. But he got a very astonishing answer from that girl that yes, in that radar and in that stormy weather, only his flight was there, and apart from his flight, means apart from this Dakota DS-088 flight, there was no other flight was there in the sky. The pilot was very much surprised how it was possible. He just followed that black aeroplane, and whenever he came out of that cloud, when he could see the the landing, the runway where he just landed his plane, he could not see that plane also. So that is why he was very much eager to meet with the pilot, but unfortunately he was informed that no such plane was there in the sky according to the radar. So he was surprised, and in such a way the story came to an end. So as I told you that Frederick Forsyth, as he was renowned for writing some adventurous, writing some thrilling stories, this story also is as if we will get that thrilling feeling, the thrilling sensation whenever we will read the story and go for detailed explanation. So this is the story in nutshell, and now let me read a few part of this the first part of this story, where we will read this story, I will read the story and explain it for your better understanding. Now, here chapter 3, that two stories about flying. The second one we are reading black aeroplane. Here pre-reading one question is here, that a pilot is lost in storm clouds. Does he arrive safe? Who helps him? This is a very important question. Does he arrive safe? Now, after completion of it, question may come to our mind that who is that pilot, or where has this black aeroplane gone? We will come to this answer of this question after completion of this story. So let's start. This is page number 37, the black aeroplane, the second story of chapter 3, and the chapter 3 name is two stories about flying. The first stories we had completed. I feel you have understood it. And today, just let me read the first story. As I told the story all about that, here it is in nutshell. So we are going to read this story. So here, let's start. First part I am going to read. The black aeroplane. So start please and sit with your book for better understanding. For your better understanding. The moon was coming up in the east behind me, and stars were shining in the clear sky above me. Clear sky. Remember, clear sky means this is the time when our narrator was starting his journey, his flight. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. I was happy to be alone, high up above the sleeping countryside. I was flying my old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England. I was dreaming of my holiday and looking forward to being with my family. I looked at my watch, 1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning means 1:30, just past the midnight, 1:30 a.m. This is the time that our narrator started his flight, and he saw that he was very happy. He is going to get a holidays as soon as he would reach London. He would reach England and he would get back to his family members. It's a very soothing feeling for our pilot, and that is why he was very happy. I should call Paris control soon, I thought. As I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane. Nose of the aeroplane means the front part of the aeroplane. As a pilot was sitting in that cockpit, so he could see, from there I could see that nose of the aeroplane, and he was thinking to contact with the Paris control room. I saw the lights of a big city in front of me. I switched on the radio and said, Paris control, Dakota DS-088 here. Can you hear me? I am on my way to England. Over. Means as he was flying over Paris, he just intimated this to Paris air control that it is the pilot of Dakota DS-088, and he also intimated that he was going towards England. He just given this information to Paris air control. The voice from the radio answered me immediately from that control office. DS-088, I can hear you. You ought to turn 12 degrees west now. DS-088, over. Means from that traffic air control office, it was instructed, it was told to the pilot that they could listen his voice, and he should should move turn 12 degrees west, and it was safe journey, and they just intimated these to the pilot. I checked the map and the compass, switched over to my second and last fuel tank. So after flying up to Paris, the plane has exhausted the first fuel tank. So our narrator switched to the second fuel tank and turned the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. And as per the instruction he got from that air control office, he just turned his aeroplane 12 degrees towards England. I will be in time for a breakfast, I thought, and he was very happy that he was going home, and after reaching home he would get a few days holiday, and after reaching, he has started his journey at 1:30 a.m. So whenever he would reach England, it would be early morning, so he would take his breakfast alone with his family members. This very feeling made him very much happy. I thought, a good big English breakfast. Everything was going well. it was an easy flight. So up to this, there was no problem to our pilot, and he was feeling that everything was going well. He also got the clearance from this Paris Air Control Office, and he was flying very smoothly, very easily towards England. But I am telling you, this journey is not going to be smooth at all. Yes, we will discuss about all this in our next class. So today in this class, up to this, I will be back to you with the remaining part of this chapter, that is the black aeroplane. Goodbye.